What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. We're going to be learning today how to make a really simple bean burrito. We're going to be using canned organic refried beans as the base, and then we're going to saute some mushrooms and onions. It's going to be really delicious. We're going to be using some fresh veggies in there also. So let's get right to work. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell, so every time we upload a new video, you get notified for brand new healthy recipes. Alright, so these are the ingredients that we're going to be using for this. The star of the show here is the refried black beans. I found these at Target, and I already ate half of the can, but they're light sodium, only 220 milligrams of sodium per serving. All the ingredients are organic, and they have really nice macros. They have 6 grams or 8 grams of protein per serving, 6 grams of fiber, only 3 grams of fat. So they're really nice. The ingredients on them, they have iron, of course, and calcium, vitamin C, all that stuff. Beans are really healthy, as most of you guys probably already know, but these are really nice. If you can't find these, there's a ton of new organic brands of like refried beans and beans that are out. You can even mash your own beans and do this. This is the base of our protein for this recipe, and also it's vegan, this specific beans. Even though it says vegetarian, there's no ingredients in there that would not make it vegan. So these are pretty much vegan. I have cilantro, minced, about a cup of white onion diced, and about a cup and a half of sliced baby portobello mushrooms. This is just a few leaves of baby bok choy from our garden. You guys can use spinach, you could use kale also, lettuce, whatever greens you like. So this is just to give bulk to the burrito. So I have also here, this is a purple lettuce that grew randomly amongst our bok choy. I think it came with the seeds somehow, but I love the color of it, so I wanted to use it in this recipe. I got about a half of a diced tomato. I'm using just regular vinegar for acidity, just for the salad, salt, olive oil. I got 2 flour tortillas here, and I'm using this hot sauce. This is a Mexican hot sauce. The ingredients are really good, and no real high amounts of any kind of preservative. Sodium benzoate has got 1/100%, so really low. It's the only ingredient that we'll be concerned with, and I'm only using a little bit in this recipe. So this is what we have here. Basically, we are going to saute the mushrooms and onions, and this is going to create like a nice sweet meaty texture for our burrito. So we're going to go over to our pan, and we'll start sauteing that. Alright, with our pan at 250 degrees Fahrenheit or medium heat, we're going to take about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And to the olive oil, we're going to add our mushrooms and onions, and we're going to allow those to saute for about 5 minutes or so until they become nice and tender and fragrant. Now we're going to go over to our veggies, to our leafy greens, and we're going to do a small simple salad. Alright, so while our onions are sauteing, we're going to go ahead and take this kale and just cut the main rib out of it. This is what makes kale bitter. If you guys are used to eating bitter kale, it's because you're probably leaving that in. Make sure you take that out. And trust me, your kale will be a lot sweeter. Even though this kale is pretty young, I still like to take it out. If they're this small, you don't have to worry about it. Just cut that end stem, but you know, it's a pretty small rib. So I'm going to take that kale and chop it down pretty fine. Bunch it all up like this. And that's also another thing when you make kale. You cut it small. It's really, really easy to chew. You know, you cut and break down those fibers. It's a lot easier. So I'm going to take it, put it in here. The bok choy, we just cut right across. Even these little stems right here are actually really tender and delicious. And they're very meaty. Adds texture to the recipe. Like I said, you can use any other greens. You know, you can even use cruciferous veggies like cabbage. Just slice it real thin, shred it. Now I'm going to use this with this lettuce. It's so tender and sweet that I'm just going to cut it to decent size little pieces and go ahead and add it in here. Now to this, it's real simple. I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil, just about a drizzle. Maybe I have a tablespoon or so. About a tablespoon of vinegar. A little bit of salt. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw the tomatoes in here also, create kind of like its own little salad to go in the burrito. This has its own acidity. It's got its own little thing going on. So this is pretty much all set. Now we're going to take the flour tortilla and throw it in the microwave for about 20 seconds to soften so it becomes more pliable to work with. Alright, so with a nice warm tortilla that's pliable now, I'm going to go ahead and take probably 1.5 big tablespoons of this refried black beans. I'm going to spread it on the center of the tortilla. Just like that, but as evenly as you can. Alright, now to this, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of our beautiful mushrooms and onions. This is, remember, the meaty part of the burrito. Add that in just like that. Now we're going to grab a nice big amount of greens with tomato. Just like that. I'm going to do a little bit of cilantro over the top. And now we're going in with our hot sauce. And if you guys don't have this, you can use any other. This actually just has like a more Mexican flavor with the cumin. It's got a little bit of cumin in there. It just reminds me more of like a Mexican authentic flavor. So I'm going to fold both ends on this burrito like this, right? Then I'm going to pull forward. Remember, I already preheated this, so it got more pliable. Then once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull back. And that's basically our burrito right there. Now, you could serve this just like this, or you could take it and fry the outer side in the pan, and it'll kind of toast it. We're going to go ahead and toast this one so I can show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so in the same pan that we did the peppers and onions, we're going to go ahead and put the burrito face down. And I'm going to put this on high so we can do it faster. So it's about 400 degrees right now in this pan. And we're just going to let it kind of get baked on the outside. We'll give it about a minute or so on each side. I'll come back and show you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so here is this burrito after I toasted it. I actually had to change pans because it stuck a little bit to the stainless steel pan, but it is done. It is nice and warm. I'm going to go ahead and slice it. and show you guys what it looks like inside. And here we go. It looks beautiful, nice and toasty on the outside. It's a nice snack. There's so many different ways you could do this with different ingredients. Let me go ahead and plate it. So that's basically it. There is the complete recipe. Like I said, you guys can add so many different veggies and do so many variations of this recipe. You could definitely add chicken or eggs or pork, whatever other protein you like if you're not vegan. So if you want to do it a different way, you could adapt it, but with beans, it's delicious. It doesn't really need anything. It's loaded with fiber and nutrients. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the recipe. Remember to hit the bell to get updates whenever we upload new videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys really soon on the next one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this bean burrito a taste. Wow. I get the taste of the hot sauce, the Valentina sauce. I get that little taste of cumin, a little bit of heat. The mushrooms are nice and soft. I'm also getting the beans. Nice and creamy. Wow. This is a really delicious recipe. It's got so much flavor. Amazing, cheap, and easy to make recipe with a whole lot of nutritious ingredients in it.